Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and let's try out this team. So we're going to be using the Mandibuzz paired with the Cresselia and the Registeel in the back. Here we're going to have to switch out into the Regi. We do draw out the Poliwrath. The Poliwrath here is going to either tank a Zap Cannon or throw up the shield. We do get the shield and we get the debuff, so that is the best of both worlds right there. And we're going to let this next one go. Only is an Icy Wind. They're going to allow us to... Okay, they're going to snipe our energy. Let's see if they're going to take us out. No, they go for another Icy Wind. And now we're going to be able to get to another Zap Cannon. So the Zap Cannon getting through debuffs them again. So now we can safely come in to this Poliwrath with whatever. But we anticipate that they're going to have a counter to this Cresselia. So we're going to go into the Cresselia now. Farm up some energy. Tank the Icy Wind. Our opponent here is going to come back in with the Charge Bug. We're going to throw the Moonblast here that is debuffed. And then we're going to try to catch a move. Let's see if we end up catching X Scissor. Nope. We have to shield a Discharge. Here we're going to have to throw a move here. Let's see if our opponent does shield. No shield by our opponent. And they are still staying in. So they definitely don't want to see this Mandibuzz probably. We go for this Arrow Ace. It does grab the shield, so they definitely don't want to see this Mandibuzz in the back. Ends up being the Shadow Quagsire. Shadow Quagsire here is going to be able to fire off a move, and then we're going to force them to use some energy. We're going to go into our Cresselia. We tank the Aqua Tail, and now we know that they have Aqua Tail, and we can farm a little bit extra. Throw this Grass Knot, take out this Quagsire, and all we have to do now is throw on good timing to take out that Charger Bug, and we should be okay. They go back into their Charger Bug. We are able to reach this Grass Knot here. Grass Knot will be able to take out this Charger Bug, and then we're going to be able to farm down that Poliwrath. So GG's to our opponent, able to wiggle out of that Charger Bug lead, and using the Registeel to perfection. The Registeel complements this team even more, not only for the bulk, but also it does a great job of protecting the Mandibuzz weaknesses. Here we're going to go into the Regi versus this Lantern. We fire off the Zap Cannon. We don't get the debuff this time, so they are going to be allowed to throw a move. We're going to shield here, and our opponent does have two serves, so they're going to go... Okay, they actually have a serve and Thunderbolt, excuse me, and then they're going to be having to tank this Focus Blast or throw up the shield. They actually throw up a shield right there, and then they're going to be able to get to a move. This is going to take out our Regi, but that's okay. We're going to come back in here with the Mandibuzz. The Mandibuzz here is able to reach this Dark Pulse before they get to the Thunderbolt, so we do get them to faint, and we are able to save ourselves a move. Here we're going to have to deal with this Altaria. We go for this Moonblast, trying to get a shield or get the debuff. Our opponent is doing a good amount of fast move damage. We're going to shield right here. It ends up being their own Moonblast, and now it comes down to, do we think that they're going to shield heal, or are they going to let it go? We think they're just going to let it go. Yep, makes sense. And now we see they have the Wigglytuff in the back. Wigglytuff here is going to be tanking the first move. We're trying to get to another Grass Knot. Okay, at least we get to two Grass Knots right here. This is going to get the Wiggly pretty low into the red. They are going to fire off an Icy Wind. It does super effective damage, however, not quite able to take us out. We are at two Arrow Aces. We fire off this Arrow Ace, get the shield. Do they have another move? No, they don't. We are able to outbulk their backline. Two Arrow Aces, taking out the Wiggly with the Mandibuzz. So GG's to our opponent. That was incredible because the Wiggly versus the Mandibuzz, especially up a shield, you would think they would have the advantage. All right, here we go. The Mandibuzz versus the Talonflame. This is kind of a weird matchup as we don't necessarily want to throw a move first, but since we're at 100 energy, we're going to throw this Dark Pulse. They're also at 100 energy. They finally throw a move. We're going to shield right here. Ends up being the Brave Bird, so good shield by us. They switch into their Lickitung, though. We are going to have to go into a Regi here, down a shield. So that was their plan. They go for the Power Whip here. We're going to have to throw two moves. We're going to go for the Zap Cannon first to see if we can get a debuff. One Zap Cannon goes through. We do get the debuff, and now we have a little bit better situation. We're going to take this next move really easily. Another Power Whip does get used, and then we're going to build up to 100, throw this Focus Blast right before they get to their move. Our opponent does end up letting it go. They're going to come back in here with the Talonflame, but do they allow us to get to a move? Yes, they do. We get to a Zap Cannon. This is definitely going to get a shield. And now we have a decision. Do we go into our Mandibuzz or the Cresselia to tank this Brave Bird most likely? We decide we're going to go into the Mandibuzz here. This is probably the Brave Bird. Yep, makes sense. And then they have the Lantern in the back. So lucky for us, we do have the answer for this Lantern. The Cresselia is going to be able to throw these super effective Grass Knots. We are going to have to take a move here. But whatever move they throw, we're going to be able to survive. And now it's just a matter of throwing these Grass Knots on good timing. This Grass Knot here doesn't get thrown before they get to their move. Surf does get used, but we can tank it. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get the KO. Our opponent does end up letting it go. We're going to over-farm a little bit, throw this Grass Knot, does get the shield and combo play here into the Mandibuzz for the GGs right there. So we had tank versus tank. The Lickitung and their Lantern in the bag, pretty tanky versus our Registeel and the Cresselia. So luckily we did have the right alignment in the back, but I think more importantly, we had the Mandibuzz energy versus the Talonflames. All right, here we're going to have to switch on to the Regi versus this Shadow Magnezone. Pretty tough to deal with right now. Our opponent does end up doing the Wild Charge and dipping, and they do have the worst case scenario. This Gligar here is going to be able to survive these Zap Cannons easily. They're going to be able to throw this move to take us out before we get to our own move. So nice play by them, maintaining alignment. We're going to go into our Mandibuzz here. We're going to be able to tank this move, so we're going to allow them to throw the move first. Let's see if they're going to want to tank this Dark Pulse. Most likely they will. This Dark Pulse does go through, doesn't quite KO, so even more reason not to shield right there. They go for an Aerial Ace, and then we're looking for the Farm Down. We do get the Farm Down at least. And now we're going to be able to potentially get a shield from this Magnezone. We go for the Aerial Ace bait. We do grab a shield, and then we're going to go for this Dark Pulse right afterwards. Do they double shield? They do double shield, so we're going to go into our Cresselia immediately. We have the shield here. They do go for the Wild Charge, and they actually go for the double Wild Charge, it seems like. We're going to shield right here, expecting them to switch out, and they have the Annihilate in the back. Annihilate here is not great against this Cresselia. We're going to be able to survive this Night Slash easily. We go for this Moon Blaster. Does it KO from this range? No, it doesn't. We're looking for the Farm Down now. So we do get the Farm Down. That's fantastic energy so that we can throw back at this Magnezone. One Grass Knot goes through, doesn't quite KO. We're trying to get to another one. Ooh. Is this Mirror Shot going to be enough? No, it's not. We are able to survive it. We're going to be able to get to this Grass Knot here and KO the Magnezone. So GG's to our opponent, able to wiggle out of that terrible lead. And the Cresselia coming in clutch, dealing enough damage to take out that Magnezone and basically leaving enough health on that Annihilate for the Farm Down, for that all that extra energy. Shadow Quagsire versus the Mandibuzz. We do have the advantage of the fast move pressure, but they are going to be able to throw potential Stone Edge. We're going to tank the Stone Edge here, and then our opponent does catch a move for the Carbine. So nice play by my opponent, recognizing they had to do a catch, I believe. We're going to go to our Regi right here and kill this Zap Cannon to look for the debuff. We don't get the debuff, unfortunately, so we're going to have to try to manufacture extra energy later. Moonblast does get used by the Carbine. We're going to be up to 100. Throw this Focus Blast right here. It does take out the Carbine, and now we have to deal with that Quagsire most likely. Quagsire, we were hoping that they would throw a move, but they didn't, and now we have to face a Skeletor. Skeletor's here, potentially shielding this Moonblast. No Moonblast. We did have energy for a future side, so they were just banking on surviving it. Shadow Ball does get used right there, and we do lose a lot of energy on the Cresselia, so we have to try to win this game here with the Mandibuzz and the Regi. We do have two shields, so this is going to get the shield. Okay, now it's going to get the shield from them. This is going to be a Disarming Voice, and now it comes down to, do we try to get the last shield or catch a move? We decided to try to catch a move. Let's see what they throw. Disarming Voice does get thrown against the Regi. We're going to build up energy, throw this Focus Blast right before they get to another move. They do decide to let it go, and now we have to try to get a shield here. Oh, our opponent ends up having the energy to take out our Regi, and even though it is only a Mud Bomb, we cannot survive these Mud Bombs at this health, especially as a Shadow Quagsire. So they do end up shielding it, and they are going to be able to reach another move here. So well played by my opponent. They end up having a ton of energy with that Stone Edge. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.